beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a first impressions and we're going to do it on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look and my thoughts on this palette, then keep on watching. So this palette I've never used before, I've never played with it or anything. So this is my firette time actually touching it and seeing what the things feel like and stuff like that. And already off the bat, I love the packaging, I love the concept of it. I like that it has like the velvety touch. It feels like very, well, it's velvet, so it feels very velvety. And I do like that they have the emblem of the prism on there in gold like shimmer. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And as far as the colors themselves, they're so pretty. I love shimmers. Shimmers are everything. I love shimmers, glitter, so all these colors are beautiful. I do tend to gravitate towards more of like browns and golds and coppers and things like that. So this color pyramid, oh, that just looks absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to try that guy. And then the color Eternal right here, absolutely stunning. And of course, with every Anastasia palette, you do get a little two-sided brush. One for more of like blending on this side and this one for a little bit more of a precise finish on this side. I love that they come with brushes because first of all, the brushes work really well. And I just think that it's a cool thing. You're spending a little bit for the palette and you're also getting a brush as well. So I think that's an amazing concept. Okay, so we're gonna try this pyramid color. It already feels super buttery. I did a couple swipes right there. So pyramid and throne, that green one. Ooh, they're super pigmented. You can already tell. I don't know if those guys are focusing in, but you can tell they're super pigmented already. Oh, and they apply so well already on the hand. I think I put a little bit too much, but a little does go a long way. It looks like this formula is super, super creamy. I thought that throne color over here was going to be, you know what, it actually has like blue and green hues in it. It's this color right here. And you can really tell it's blue, but it has, you can see the green sparkle in there as well. I love that color. Those are so beautiful. Okay, so I honestly have no idea what look I want to go with, so we're just gonna dive in and see what we come up with. I know I look super crazy. I totally forgot to mention it, but I did do my eyebrows off camera. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is this orangey color called Saturn right there. And I'm just going to put that guy all over the crease and kind of start to shape the shape that I want. I feel like my crease is super low. I think I've already said that in a video that I've had before. But I feel like my crease is very low, so I always want to make a higher one. I'm going to end up cutting it out later and I'll show you what I mean by that. But for right now, I'm just going to sort of put it on my crease and a little bit above and really concentrate it on those areas. I feel like, oh, this blends out so well. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but I think it looks beautiful. So I'm just going to blend this out. I don't want to have too harsh of a line. Like I said, we're going to cut this guy out anyway, but just for right now, I don't want it to settle in there. I feel like this color blends out beautifully. I'm already loving it. Like I said, I do tend to go towards more browns, taupes, reds, maroons, things like that. So I should have known that I was going to go towards that in this palette. Color called Parallel, and I'm going to use that to carve out a little bit more of that shape that I want. I'm going to do it more on the ends, and I'm also going to bring it down into the center of my crease as well. And I'm going to bring this guy a little bit more higher than I did my other color as far as where all the pigmentation is going to go, because this is where I'm going to begin to do my crease, or where I'm going to cut my crease out afterwards. So like I said, I am going to make mine much higher than my natural crease goes. You can see where the brown is currently, that's where my crease is at, but I feel like I have so much lid and my crease is so low that I always just want to make it bigger. now with my MAC 219 brush, I'm going to take the color Obsidian, this black one right here, and with a little bit, I'm going to start outlining the end to where I'm going to, carve it out even more just so I can give it a little bit more definition. But very, very lightly, because with black, it can get like way out of hand so fast. So I'm just going to use that guy to carve out a little bit more of that circle shape that I want, but very lightly. When I'm done cutting out my crease, we're going to go in with a little bit more, but for right now, just do that very lightly. And I wouldn't put too much product, especially when, like I said, when you're working with the black, because it can get very intense very fast. So it's just better just to do layers on layers rather than doing a lot at once and not being able to take it away afterwards. I'm going to take the color Lucid, this very white, like highlighting shade, and I'm just going to put that guy on the brow bone at the very top. So now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape and a Morphe M170 brush. I like brushes like these, especially when I want to carve out my lid or do any small detail, because they are a smaller brush and I feel like it's easier to get a more precise look with that. So I'm just going to take, what I like to do is take the cap of my Shape Tape and just get a little bit of that concealer on there. Not too much, because I like doing a little bit at a time, because if you do too much, again, like with the black, it just can get carried away too fast, or it can go to an area where I don't necessarily want it. So a bit of product and just a little bit of patience kind of just works out much better. So I'm just going to take that guy and start carving out my lid. So my camera actually overheated, so while I was waiting for it to cool down a little bit, I went ahead and did my face makeup. So for the final step of this look, we're going to take the color Pyramid, this beautiful gold color, and we're just going to put that all over the lid. So I'm going to take a little bit on my brush. First I'm going to do it with the pigment itself, and then afterwards I'm going to spray a little bit of my setting spray onto it, just because that's what I do with all my shadows that are shimmery, that I want to have an extra pop. So I'm going to try it by itself to see what it looks like, and then afterwards, if I still want to intensify it, then I'm going to use the spray as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the color Pyramid. Ooh, that's so beautiful. And I'm going to put that guy all over the lid. Okay, yeah, that color is stunning. Look at that gold. I already do like what the gold looks like by itself. I think it's beautiful, but I do love to intensify my shimmers and glitters and stuff like that. So I am going to set it with some spray, or the spray on it, just to intensify it a little bit. So what I do is I get that color, pack that guy on there, and then with my setting spray, or right now I'm using the Ready Set Radiant by Tarte, and then just spray that guy on there. Shake it a little bit, and then pack that color back on. And I love doing that technique, especially when I want to intensify my shimmers, just because wetting that color, not too much, you just want to mist it, you don't want to like drench it in water, but wetting it makes it look much more shinier than it is. And if you already have like a super shiny color like this guy, then it just intensifies it even more. Okay, now for my top liner, I'm going to put the e.l.f. liquid liner in Jet Black, this guy. And I'm not going to do a wing, but I'm just going to do a little solid line. Now I'm just going to take that brown color Parallel and put that guy all over my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take my e.l.f. creamy eyeliner in black and just put that guy all underneath the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go put on some lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay, so my final thoughts on the PRISM palette. I love it. I think the colors blend beautifully. I think they're very pigmented. I know I only tried a couple of the colors, but I can already tell that I love everything else. They look absolutely beautiful. The color selection is great. I feel like this is a good palette that you can just take on the go, that you don't necessarily have to take a bunch of palettes, and you can get multiple looks out of this guy. And like I said, the color payoff was really, really nice. I like the way that they blended, and I love how the shimmer just sparkled right away. I didn't need to set it with my setting spray, but it looks even greater with it on. So I just love it. I really like this palette, and I think that you should get it. This is definitely approved by me. Okay, beauties, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always tell me if there's any videos that you want me to do or any products that you want me to review, and I'll do them. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.